So there are lots of different ways to define stress. I think that the simplest way I'd probably go is stress is what happens when something that matters to you is at stake. If it doesn't matter to you, you're not going to be stressed out. So if it is here at school, if getting a good grade matters to you, you're going to be stressed out. If it's an interview, if getting that job matters to you, you're going to be stressed out. Stress is often experienced in a very internal way. I'm stressed out about this test. I'm sitting here with this test. I'm stressed out about it right now. Pressure is often when it's public facing. I'm feeling pressure to perform for somebody else, right? So making those distinctions, as subtle as they are, can also matter because it means that we can address them individually. There's this overwhelming idea that stress is bad, that stress is harmful, that stress is negative. And it is. But it really depends on how you perceive it. It depends on your mindset around it. It depends on how you use the stress that comes your way. Because stress is just as helpful as it is harmful. So the big issue is, I think the big misunderstanding is stress is bad. It's something to be avoided. It's something to be dealt with. It's something to be eliminated, as opposed to it's something to be utilized. Right? It's going to be here. It's how we grow. It's how we've always grown. It's how we grew when we were 4 years old and 5 years old. The reason you made it from kindergarten to first grade is because of stress. You pushed yourself so you were able to write things or build things, right? Or add 2 + 2. These are not things that are without stress. So I don't know kind of where we lost that along the way, but it is such a valuable resource. It's one of the most valuable resources we have. It's how we grow muscles, it's how we grow our brains, it's how we get better and better at things. And one of the fundamental things of being a human being, I think, is growth. We talk about stress physiologically. There is this opportunity to reappraise it as excitement. Right? It's the same physiological symptoms, right? Heart beats fast, you get maybe a little sweaty, right? Your breath starts to go, you feel a little bit, maybe a little lightheaded, right? There's something going on. Same exact physiological symptoms. How we choose to frame it impacts the way that we perform. And if I start to think about things like stress as in I'm excited, I am more likely to perform better. If I think about it as this is going to be detrimental, I'm more likely to perform worse. The biggest challenge is being able to, I'm not even to say challenge, the biggest opportunity is how to welcome stress, how to make it your friend, to make it your ally and allow you to grow. If we are able to manage the stress, able to get the mindset that we need that's enhancing. If we're able to manage it in terms of our physical well-being, maybe it's working out, maybe it's progressive muscle relaxation, maybe it's taking a brief pause between stressful moments to be able to relax. We've seen on brain activity be able to cool down, a bit of a cooling down period. Then we have this opportunity to have this constant fuel for growth and change. People tend to think we have to choose. We have to choose between well-being or performance. And when we look at someone like Steve Jobs, we would agree with that, right? We look at someone like an Andre Agassi, I know he's too dated, but a tennis player who sacrificed everything, and on the first page of his autobiography says, "I hate tennis with a deep, dark passion." He was #1 in the world, right? We can agree with that. We can look at a tragic case like a Whitney Houston, and we can agree with that. We also have the Richard Bransons of the world, and the Maya Angelou's of the world, the Roger Federer's of the world. People who said, I'm doing something that I really love, I'm working hard at it, but are performing at a very, very high level. And there are too many cases of those that we should be focused on rather than the other, that I think really tell us it's not necessarily a choice, it's an either or choice. It's one where we take the right steps, we're able to actually have both and potentially enhance both simultaneously.